call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Ducks will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Buckeyes offense will take the field first. They're going to have to contend with a group of linebackers, Jesse, who wreak havoc all over the field.
Well, they say speed kills in college football, and I think that's what makes this position group so special. It's really hard to get the ball to the perimeter because of these linebackers and their sideline-to-sideline speed. But, David, in passing situations, they can also blitz and get after your quarterback. What's this offense going to do?
Well, remember in our day, man, like you had hammers, right? They were just big physical guys. Now you've seen the positions switch. The bodies look different. They look more like safeties, and you're right. Speed, sideline to sideline, blitzing, so much versatility. Good luck.
He'll try it again. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
They'll run it from the gun. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to return it. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Oregon's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress the defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two...
Brings it down on the right side. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Moore will throw. That's reeled in. It's Moore. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. He was all by himself out there. Someone just lost track of their assignment.
And that's so frustrating because you want to make offenses earn it. And you don't want to give up big plays and bust coverages and let people run wide open, especially good players. Like, you know this guy's a good player, and you let him run wide open down the field.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to. But when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on third down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The official says no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Second down, he'll throw it. They're setting up the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Change now on second and long. Unloads quickly. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. Third and long coming up.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Moore to the air. Got a man. It's Moore. absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The Ducks will punt it away on fourth down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football.
Breaks into the open. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Washington. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Trying to set up the screen. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up a first.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll pull it down. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. On the run, it's Parker. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem of the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield, and make this life hard on this running back.
Moore will throw. Dumps it off in the flats. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They boot it away on 4th down. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Back to the ground game on the left. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Turning it on. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Takes the handoff. It's Parker. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Trying to help their defense on third down. Moore to the air. Here's a heat. Keeps looking downfield. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes in the 22. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
And the Ducks decide to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, the ground game. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Quickly complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. Making side adjustments here. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Washington. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. Finds his big tight end. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And in the final seconds of the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. And it's no good. Oh, there is laundry on the deck, and it might be a reprieve for this kicker.
Looking to kick defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Number 96 on the field goal.
And that is no good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect 1st half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. And the Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the 2nd half. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield, and even that spin move couldn't create space.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The give to the tailback. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Ducks with mirror. options after that big pickup on first down. On the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Moore will throw. Hauls it in. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Ducks have this offense rolling. They'll run it on the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This game really has turned into a defensive struggle, and both defenses right now are just absolutely dominating. That time, nice job using his pass rush moves, getting to the quarterback, and they just look like they cannot be blocked right now up front.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got the tight end. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
The give out of the gun. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. The throw to the outside is complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And that one will give them the lead.
Well, it's been a defensive war this entire game. You're wondering who can break through. Give this offense a lot of credit. It has not been easy, but they've been physical. They did a really nice job, I think, with play calling there and setting things up. And finally, someone is able to get on the board.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Missouri has the lead right now. Columbia has just been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 6 over Vanderbilt. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Rides to back and leaves it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
More to the air. Under fire. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Looking for space, it's Davison. There he goes. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. The Ducks will hustle to the line. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Casper. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Moore will throw. Pocket breaking down. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd.
That ties the game at 7.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Give to the running back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. So 1st down will open up the final period. From the gun, running back on the move. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot. And these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Casper. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go right back to him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy. And he's able to get the tackle for loss.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Moore to the air. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Ducks will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. From the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Fires one high and deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Off the play fake. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
The Buckeyes will punt this one away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. A low line drive and short kick. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the... Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, there was something going on that play between the quarterback and receiver. They were looking at each other, and it was almost like they were smiling. The receiver's out to his right. He saw something he liked. He knew he had the post throw, and it was on. Shows you the speed, puts on the afterburners, accurate throw, and it's a touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Liberty is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to Sam Houston. Two fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be... He hurls one deep down the left side. Caught at the 25. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Hand off from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
From the gun, running back gets the give. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch him off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Big guy smells it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. The extra point here would tie the game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. They put together an 81-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking for a crease. It's Davison. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try the run. Breaks into the open. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. The Ducks will call on their punt team. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. They move on top here on the 4th.
Who can you count on in those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
Now for the extra point try late in the game. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Moore will throw. Under fire. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, they're trailing in this game late, and defense knows it, so they're playing for pass. 2 plays ago, they get the sack. This time, they force an incompletion. Not a lot the offense can do here to catch them off guard. They're just going to have to make a huge play here on 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's taking the deep shot. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the 1st down.
Man, does that sting. Defensively, you get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up a deep pass. That is a back-breaking play.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this defense is still playing so hard here late in the game in the 4th quarter. Offense taking a shot into the end zone. Defender in incredible position, and he's able to knock that one away incomplete.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his feet to buy time. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Timeout call by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the 4th quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Looking for space, it's Davison. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Moore to the air. A shot toward the end zone. And there are flags flying as the pass ball's incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I gotta have it?
The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.